Good morning, stupid. Welcome back to hashtag 360 stupid. We are stupid people asking you smart people simple questions. King of stupid here, Mike Check, MICCCZ. CH as in the Republic. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? All the genders, fenders, benders, everybody's welcome here at hashtag 360 stupid. We are an informational podcast. We just like to put it out there. You do as you wish with it. Hopefully you pass it along and let everybody know that we are the best of the best of the best, or at least we're getting there. We hate no one, we accept everyone, but those who donate, we do love you. So send it in all ways, every way. Patreon.com/360 stupid. Donate, volunteer, sponsor, whatever you want to do to it. We'll accept it happily and gratefully. What's going on? It's 103 in Phoenix, Arizona. Actually, I am in the city of Queen Creek. Not Queens, but Queen Creek. So it's the Creek of a Queen. That's how we do it. Woo-wee. Been chatting it up with some friends, and my compassion level for my friends and those around me is generally much higher than the compassion I share with this podcast. The podcast has really helped me. This podcast has helped me a lot with analyzing my speech, analyzing my thoughts, trying to organize. Obviously, I haven't really been doing as much as I used to when I first started. Primarily, I need some time to really put in for what this podcast is going to become. So now it looks like staff is coming in if they open the borders on the 1st, July. We'll see how that one goes. They are talking about extending it another month just because the numbers in the U.S. have increased. But we never know what our gods tell us is allowed or not allowed. So we'll just figure it out one step at a time. Email 360 at Gmail. Phone number 602-620-9098. Call us, leave us a message. Text message is the best way to get a response, hopefully in a timely manner. I think we have Venmo set up. I'm pretty sure we have PayPal set up for hashtag 360 stupid. If hashtag 360 stupid doesn't go through, drop the hashtag. Facebook has straight up just shut down the account. Can I even reset up another account? Facebook said they only want real people and that accounts are only for real people. So I don't know how that works. But I am a fictitious character, so I don't know if I need to register in a particular way or for them to recognize me as a stage name, or how they would do it. I don't know. Or what I need to do. I don't know. Race relations is a good topic to talk about. You know, before I had any, before the podcast, before I had any run-ins with law enforcement, I thought all law enforcement, or most law enforcement, I would comfortably have said all, are, you know, decent people doing the right thing and all that stuff. I did work in security as a in the mall, and I have arrested some people. And looking back at it, yeah, they were kids. Yeah, they stole cars. But putting chains on a human being and putting them through the process, I think is really not healthy. It's a cultural thing. You know, I was talking to one of my friends that if all goes well, we'll interview. I'll have an interview with her. Phenomenal woman. Lots of stories, man. She's got a lot of stories. She's gone through a lot. And we were talking about race relations. I am pretty sure she has had some run-ins with law enforcement. Actually, I'm very sure. And her perception as to how people of color, particularly people who are referred to as black, I don't like that, because scientifically, medical science does not have anywhere that says there are black people, white people. We're all just people with different levels of, I think it's called melatonin or pigment. I'm not sure exactly. I thought I knew. I was pretty sure it was pigment, but nonetheless. So different colors of people's skin is not any category where medical science categorizes humans. All humans are the same all around the world. We have different cultures, we have different religions, we have different laws, and all these things dictate and guide people's mentality, people's thoughts, people's behaviors. You know, one of the topics we were talking about is people that do horrible things, harmful things, particularly to children. You know, I think most, or if not all, people have a I don't want to say like care or desire or something, but like a sensitivity to children. So if you see an adult being harmed, you know, as an empathetic life, sympathetic, empathetic, we might not be overjoyed, but if you see that same action being towards a child, you know, there's something in us that, you know, triggers something bigger, knowing that it doesn't really fit what we are. There are people that lack sympathy, empathy, emotions. There are people that you can say it's a chemical imbalance, you can say, you know, it's a negative, positive thing, whatever, but what I'm saying, it's not a normal thing. Normal meaning what the majority does. Let me get past this guy too. People are so horrible. People will go out of their way to keep the progression of life. You know, if you don't respect life, if you don't understand life, okay. Most don't. Most people are just born hateful, ugly things. I'm going to say everybody at some level. But when you go out of your way to stop the progression of life, to harm the other life, and when I say harm, I mean, if somebody's passing you by, you accelerate just so they don't pass you far beyond your comfort level. That, my good people, is the true nature of human beings. We are filth. All humans, including me, have this innate hate for life and for ourselves. This is the reason why we have wars. This is the reason why we have guns. This is the reason we have bombs. If you genuinely love yourself, the idea of harming life, harming another human being, it goes against everything. If you love yourself, and this is the thing that is not taught, this is the thing that is actually taught against, is the idea of love. Just the idea of loving yourself is not in any literature other than, the self-help books and things like that. But again, the whole nature, the whole design of what we are as living things is surrounded by, and it's focused on, the destruction of life. Everyone hates. Everyone is focused on just hating. Everyone is designed and solely focused on the destruction of all life. For example, I like to use cruise control. I like cruise control. It's great for the fuel economy. It's great for not being violated by the enforcers of law. But what it teaches me and what it shows me very clearly is who changes their speed. For example, if I'm coming up to you or another vehicle at a slow pace, say I'm going 2 miles on average above the speed that the person that I'm getting near and getting close to passing, and then they accelerate. They accelerate not to go past further, faster than me, no, to match my speed and to limit my ability to get around them. Everybody does this. I have done this. I've noticed myself do this. Everybody does this. This is the innate hate of humanity. To limit the movement and the progress of all, and especially human life. The self-help books talk about self-love because it is such a rare thing. Our parents don't teach us self-love. Our parents do not have self-love. Our teachers do not teach us self-love. Our teachers do not have self-love. Our institutions, our educational system, our religions, our everything that the average person interacts with does not teach love or self-love. Everything is based on hate and self-hate. Self-criticism is supreme over self-love. The impact of this characteristics is really hard to detect and recognize when you are in the midst of it. When you know no better, then it is perfectly normal, and normality is something that we practice and does not necessarily mean healthy. Now listen to this very carefully. A lot of people make this mistake. When we say normal, we are not talking about healthy. We're talking about normal. Normal is what the majority of the people do the majority of the time. That's it. It's normal for us to hate ourselves. It's not healthy. And that is the distinction between normality and health. I do want to throw this tidbit out there. The opposite of hate is not love. The opposite of love is not hate. Hate and love come from the same place. The opposite of these emotions that originate from the same location, meaning it's the same thing. Love and hate is the same thing. Is indifference. If you are indifferent of another being, then you do not love or hate them. And that is the true opposite of love and hate. You know, people talk about couples that argue, and they say, well, you know, at least they're talking, at least they're still trying. And that makes sense. To truly bring harm to another person is to be completely indifferent of them. Imagine that feeling. Imagine that another person sincerely and truly does not care for you, about you, anything around you, as if you're not there. Even though they see and hear and feel you're just not anything. That is how, that's true pain. There's a lot I want to touch into, but I think I'm just going to leave it there. We'll make this a bit of a short one. Oh, some update on Pammy, the mammy, the super mammy. Just came out of surgery. I don't know if I showed you guys on the video. She's got feeding tubes. She just got out of surgery. The tube inside, the part of the tube on the inside got pinched off, so the feeding wasn't going as it's supposed to. So they went in, they did the surgery, tried to fix it, and then and the last message I got from her just today said that they didn't have the equipment that they need to replace. And they were actually talking about replacing her entire stomach. I don't want to really give up too much. I'm sure she will. Check her out. She's not up and running just yet as far as the podcast, but she's getting there. Man, she's got so much going on. Pammy, super mammy, remarkable woman. They talked about removing her stomach entirely. And then I guess they found out that the pinch of the tube is inside of her stomach. So we'll see what the corrupt, lying, cheating bastard of doctors are going to do. See, I have said repeatedly, and it is damn true, that American doctors lie, cheat, steal. They're all corrupt. Not because they're horrible human beings, but because that is the system that you and I demand of them. See, in America, doctors work for the insurance company for profitabilities. Why does the CEO of a hospital make millions and millions of dollars as their salary? And of course, they always get bonuses. Lots and lots of big bonuses. Why are there CEOs of hospitals? Ain't that something? But doctors, nurses, even the staff, and it is a lot of staff to maintain and operate a hospital, they get paid the bare minimum. When I say bare minimum, I don't mean minimum wage. I mean the bare minimum that staff is willing to take to do the work. That's the sickness of our culture, because it's all based on profitability. What's the profit margin on a sick person? As a matter of fact, we are more profitable if we are sick people. Yeah. If we are unhealthy, there's a higher profitability. Corporations make more money from us when we are unhealthy. But above all that, unhealthy people are easy to control. What? If I remember correctly, there's 5 primary factors to controlling people. Number 1, very powerful, fear. Ooh-wee. Fear. Hey, what's going to happen to you after death? I don't know. Oh my God, you don't know. Oh, it could be bad. You better start doing what I say you should do. Yeah, fear. Ignorance and fear is massive for control. Ignorance, lack of education, is a form of censorship. If you want to censor somebody or something, there's many ways of doing it. You can outlaw the text or the writing, but you can also make people illiterate. Yeah. By making somebody or maintaining a person's illiteracy helps with the control, helps with censorship. So we got fear, very strong, very powerful. We got ignorance. Oh man, that's so necessary. For example, hey, there is an enemy. It's invisible. Now, this is a topic I'm not really supposed to talk about since I got a threatening email from our lords and saviors, YouTube. But you can say, hey, the enemy, we got an enemy. Who's the enemy? Ignorance. They're invisible. What? You can't see them. That's right, you can't see the enemy. Ignorance. But hey, I can help you. We can help you. Devote your life and your income to us and we'll help you. Boom. You got there fear, ignorance, and control. There was a couple of other ones. Fear, ignorance, and lack of health. Look at America. Unhealthy. Uneducated. Which falls under ignorance. And terrified. Americans are so deadly terrified that we demand to have guns. Who are we terrified from? Everything. Our neighbors, our friends, our government. Hey, why do you want guns? Just in case my government gets out of control. What? You're gonna take up guns against your government? Damn. Remember, hashtag 360 and me particularly, passive, non-violence. We are passive. Now, what this usually means to very sick, unhealthy people, when you say passive and non-violent, that means they should be violent towards you. And this is most religions, if not all religions. In religion, if somebody indicates peace and love, then that religion demands violence to be projected onto them. I don't know what it is. Religion is a sickness of the mind, all religions. Now, maybe that's why I was getting censored, because I was focused on one particular religion, but you know, it's the primary religion of this country. But nonetheless, let's focus and move forward. Oh man, I think I'm gonna cut it here, guys. All right, everybody, thanks so much. Shout out number one fan. What up, girl? I am Mike Chick. That's MICCZECH. I am the king of stupid. This is hashtag 360 stupid. And I am signing off. Thank you, everybody, for the privilege of your time. Good night, stupid.